And because you have a winner taste, 88.5 FM is your only station.
Liberia is at a crossroads. Liberia's story, historically, is one of cleavage, the failure to assimilate, of political chicanery, and there's still too much of it today. Yet, with resilience, we have overcome these setbacks, and the worst of hard times, we have prevailed. Moreover, we have survived two rigorous military rules, 2 decades of devastating wars, and a horrific disease, Ebola. But just think of the noteworthy parts of our history.
Although I committed myself to doing an audit, this is the reason why. When the first time I saw this outturn was when the budget was submitted to us. It is not true that any member as was exerted last Sunday came to me to discuss issue of outturn, and I will show you the hypocrisy in a minute. When I saw this, I called my staff. They gave me the evidence of this money movement, and I will produce screenshots and documents to that effect at my trial of how money was moved. So I said, no, I don't want to implicate anyone, but what I will do, we must do the audit. So now they have even extended it to 2022. So we'll be asking the GAC, instead of just 2023 audit, to 2022 and 2023 to see what happened here. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not just going to throw charges. So I just want the public that this GAC audit will happen as I amended it. I wanted to see it at the end of 2025. At the end of October. That's what precipitated the fast hurry.
Liberia, I've always thought about being peaceful, and for us to be in harmony is important. But protesting, we will give the protester the opportunity to protest, to let the government know why are they protesting. So I think they have an opportunity to protest, to hear from the government. We never stop protest. We encourage it and even allow the protester to voice out their view. I think it's important. We're in a country that believes in democracy and believe in the rule of law and believe in people's rights. So we went through that throughout the 6 years. We never stopped people from protesting. And I'm sure the government is prepared to handle the protest, without violence. One my advice to government, the government saw what we did when protesters came out. So, it was our regiment. So then we also have to make sure that the protesters come out and go back home safe, and allow them to protest, to let them know why are they protesting.
Reconciliation starts immediately in Liberia so that everybody can have a sense of belonging, and we can avoid any other upheavals in Liberia. It was a lesson for Africa. We need to learn from Liberia. We need to know that elections take place regularly, and if you are beaten, you hand over peacefully and hope for better luck next time. And we thank Liberia, and we salute the courage of President George Weah.
It is time for our legislature to make laws and not noise. It is time that our judiciary get on with settling cases and dispense justice without being compromised. It is time for the executive to speak, but speak with the power of exemplary behavior. Some will ask, why this message now? It's because time for us, time for Liberia is running out. Why am I doing this? Because I'm a leader and because I care for the good of the country. Silence makes us all
because if you are going to
comfortable.
see me with Funati true up, then later you see me assuade to United Party, then you say something wrong. You saw it in the 2023 election. George Mane Weah went and did what he wanted to do, but because I stood with Joel, I stood with her to the end. In politics, a lot of people will not like me because I have integrity, but I will stand up for it. But I want to tell you, if any of those two are elected, don't expect better legislation, because It's a sin you're going to go through again for the next 6 years.
If a single Maningo man is killed in Ganta, we will kill the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia because he is responsible for the land dispute in Nima County.
Timodoma is my cousin. I was born in Nima County.
You got birth certificate?
I come in now. Reverend, take time. Reverend, you divorce your wife 2 times. You divorce a 2 wife woman.
You see how you done lie? I only been married twice. I was divorced twice. You know jack about me. You don't want to say you would divorce your wife and she vote for CDC. Don't play with me. You don't know jack about me. You don't know me.
Timodoma is my cousin. I was born in Nima County.
You got birth certificate?
I come in now. Reverend, take time. Reverend, you divorce your wife 2 times. You divorce a 2 wife woman.
You see how you done lie? I only been married twice. I was divorced twice. You know jack about me. You don't want to say you would divorce your wife and she vote for CDC. Don't play with me. You don't know jack about me. You don't know me.
Every great day is a great day. Oh yes, it's a great day every day sent by God. And we can be more thankful than thanking Him for allowing us to see another day. And the day can get any better than on the show, Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, on this 5th day of November 2024 in the mystery country called Liberia, typical society. Oh yes, we've got the issues to talk about. Where is Liberia headed? Things are going haywire by the day. And no one is causing problem for Liberia than the legislature. They have increased their blunder again. They are too elementary, too mechanical in whatever they do. Let's get started with the acknowledgement. Those of you who have come on wherever you are following the show, thank you ever so much. We appreciate your presence on the show. You are so good. You're so wonderful. But before we get started, I beg you all, let me make this passionate plea to every one of you, everywhere. Real Madrid fans, Arsenal fans, AC Milan fans, just football fans, fanatics, enthusiasts, everywhere. I beg you, wherever you are, before the game this evening, you please offer prayer for my Gion brother, Rufus Divine Brooks. I hold you for. I beg you. Because the things that are happening to him these few days, he can't just get over it. He's traumatized. He nearly fell off during the the Air Clasico or after the Air Clasico. He's still trying to recover. I beg you. Jackson Pony and the rest of the people, yeah, please pray. I hold you for. You pray for Rufus Divine Brooks. Yeah. I hold you for. Hey, Rufus, it's today at 8 p.m. Liberian time. Real Madrid, AC Milan. Hope that you will keep your composure and pray that I get in the area soon. So at least I will sit right behind you. Just kidding. So let's get started now with the acknowledgement. Tina Cooper, you've come on from Denver, Colorado, the United States of America. Good to have you on, Tina. CDC Pape, Success Keita for life. You've come on from Duport Road, and you said, God, please have mercy on JNB. Please. God will hear your prayer as you pray. Zubu Tobe, you've come on from Dubai. You said JNB put the country in total mess. Representatives have brought total disgrace to our country. Where is the responsible government? Asata Miller, you are following from Red Light, and you said good to be on the show. Good to have you on, Asata. Christopher Bernard, you are following from Doazon Lower Magibi County. Solo Wat Corsia, you've come on from your comfort zone as usual. Gardnersville, New Georgia Estate. Jackson Ponin Jr., that's Jackson C. Ponin Jr. of Iron Factory Block Titan. You are following. You are a member of Block Titan. Thank you for coming on. Sekou Sharif, you're following from St. J. Town, Kidman County. Nathan Blair, you are following from Barcelona, Spain, where the greatest club in the world, the world's most classic football club, very popular. The people who make football simple, FC Barcelona, they're where they are. It's good to know that you are in Barcelona, Spain. Hope that you are a supporter of Barcelona. Nathan M. Blair. Kwangpa, that's Kwangpa Masekwe. You're following from Bernard Farm, Painesville. Good to have you on. Abu Kaba, you're following from where? Marshall City. Marshall City, is it Boys Town? Yes, Boys Town, Marshall City Highway. And you said Liberia versus Liberian. Well, I don't know what you mean by that, but I think that is a political expression. Old Pa, that's Old Pa Hammond. You've come on from Habel. Yes, you are following from Habel, Magibi County, Dolostown, Gloria, Nanatume. You're following from Batnuttsville Junction. Hope you are faring well. MJ Getawe, you've come on from Waterside. Ruth Nawe, you are following from the United States of America, Nepal. John D. Yanti Senior, you're following from District 2. Vabeds King Innocent from Johnsonville, Sastol. Morris Saki, you said good afternoon, Kings FM. Good afternoon to you. D. Haneds Tokba, you are following from Baptist Community, Zedru City. Yes, Baptist Community, Zedru City, Grangita County. Alvin Gawe, you've come on. Good to have you on. Jeneton Walker, you are following from Magibi, Kak City, Vitam. My dear Southeastern sister, Dwight, good to have you on. Hope that you are faring well. You've come on from your end, you said, Minnesota, the United States of America, and you are asking how is Liberia. Hope Liberia is okay. Liberia is not okay. It will be wrong to tell you that Liberia is okay. Liberia is rolling down the hill. We need a trailer to stop Liberia from somersaulting. That's G. Jefferson M. Colette. You're following from Painesville City, Right Light. Denise Jai, you've come, that's Dennis. You've come on from Painesville. Okay, Tupaketa, you've come on from Soul Clinic. And Oliver Bagbiye, you're following from District Number 2, Grand Bassa County, and Cogway Widow. You say, I am Cogway Widow, following live from Kakata City. Okay, we will recognize you as you come on. My dear brother, your last name is too long, so we take it like this. K. Stephen Namba Julie. You said, good afternoon, Kings FM Real Talk. I am Stephen Namba Julie, watching from the last district in Montserrado County. Okay, thank you ever so much. We will recognize you as you come on. We've got a couple of things to talk about. Today, Real Madrid versus AC Milan. All your Real Madrid fans, it's going to be Hala AC Milan. All right, let's leave it there. So let's begin with the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives, the love of money. The legislature is referred to as the love of money. The misunderstanding, strife, confusion, scramble for power and money at the House of Representatives, where it is factionalized, divided, schism, the order of the day. Individual disconnect, hatred, malice, grudge, envy for each other. Later people have reduced themselves, big men have reduced themselves, men and women have reduced themselves into children camping. So After they met with the Supreme Court, they convened today, both faction convened today, the Kofa faction and the rebel faction, the renegades. Nobody should be afraid to refer to them that way. Whatever the description you can give, you give it. The only thing, don't insult them individually. Don't use any vulgar or invectives or rude expression on them. Literally, you are entitled to your description. Nothing and nobody will hold you responsible. Don't insult any one of them. Don't use awful or vulgar or invectives on them. Just discuss the issue, and you can be as descriptive as you can literally. They too have described and stay describing other people. Why they do that? As per their knowledge, their right, because it is unto them constitutionally, democratically, and culturally. So the two groups met today. The legitimate group, the House of Representatives, and the breakaway, the renegade, the mercenary, the two met today at the legislature. And just so you know, do not, let me say to you, you will be wrong if you ever did. Do not give any damaging description to the speaker and his fashion. The speaker is the legitimate speaker. They are within the ambit of the law. They are not against. They are within the law. So you can put any description on them that you think that by that way you will be sending a clearer message, or that your colleague will see you as being descriptive. You can describe them in the positive, but don't describe the speaker and his group in the negative, because they are the holy ones. They are the ones within the perimeter of the law. They are not breaking away from the law. You can use all of the descriptions negatively on the other side, because they are breaking away or broke away from the law, creating a scene of two different House of Representatives. That act alone is rebelling, rather. So you can use that. Use all the best descriptions, positive descriptions on the speaker and his group, and use the negative on the other side, because they deserve it. When you break away, you expect to receive hostile reception. When you stay within the law, you have the protection, the love, the care, the concern, the jubilation of the citizens. So yeah, what happened today at the legislature, the House of Representatives? The two of them convened in their session. The rebel faction, they are renegades. They are mercenaries. They got no legitimacy. They're on a mission. They're fighting hard to get that legitimacy, the authority. That is what they are doing. So they're playing the mind game, and they will continue to play the mind game. But it is not working for them. God is not a unfair character. You never ever play with God when he says something. He said a house divided against itself can never ever stand. What that means is it will never achieve its goal. If it ever had a goal, that goal is discarded. And the people who are watching and listening will make the fun of them. A house divided can never ever achieve its goal. Isn't that what God said? So the opposite of that is what? Hold together. God didn't say there wouldn't be any strife and confusion or misunderstanding. You can discuss, you can disagree, but you never ever want to create a schism. A schism is a split division, confusion, set apart. One group on the other side, another group on the other side. And all of these people who are doing these things are people who are in church and mosques. They met today. Hear what they said they discussed. That's what they said. But as far as I know, literally, they were only remonstrating. They were only ranting. They were only trying to create the impression or feel impressed that they are lawmakers when they aren't by legitimacy. So they said, they think, look, you should have seen those guys over there. It was just a joke. Even small children have sense. Though their mind is tabula rasa, blank mind, nothing inside, but they can never ever behave like how these guys are behaving. You know, you will not go anywhere with it. You will not do anything. You're only revolving. Then you're creating the impression, making yourself to feel comfortable that you have the authority when you do not have. Hear what they say. Listen carefully. They instructed the executive and judicial branches of government, as well as the Senate, never to do business with Fonati Kofa Sai. That's what they discussed today. They sat down there feeling they have the authority when they do not have the authority, neither the legitimacy, only talking, and the talking go beyond their perimeter. You only do this when you have every constitutional legitimacy, constitutional power, authority. How can you instruct the executive, the judiciary, and your colleagues on the other side of the table, the Senate, not to do business with the Speaker, who is the Speaker of the House of Representatives, known by the whole world as the Speaker, the executive, the judiciary? How can you tell the people they should not do business with him? Not only that, see another sheer arrogance they portray today. They, according to them, Summer, the Minister of Internal Affairs, Liberia Water and Sewerage Corporation Managing Director Mo Ali, and Transport Minister Salif Tyler to appear before them on next Tuesday to explain the local government days from internal affairs perspective, the the money that came out, they received, in essence, that let these people come to tell us about XYZ. That's the second sheer arrogance of these people. They also said that they are going to investigate 6 members from Speaker Fonati Kofa's legitimate constitutional side or leadership. They said they're going to investigate, and 6 of those members. Why? They said these 6 guys, these 6 representatives, obstructed normal business in the chambers of the House of Representatives. That's what they said. So they're summoning them to leave Speaker Kofa's side and go to them, stand before them, and there are questions. Those 6 guys will be questioned, investigated by them, and whatever action to be taken against them, it will be. You see, isn't that sheer nonsense? You and the man on a battlefront, the two of you fighting. Then you say, put down your weapons, come on our side. You say XYZ against us, let us investigate you. You never ever trust. Once there is a conflict, You people are enemies of each other. Know it. I'm not bragging on this. Those of you, the Bible makes us to understand that enemy is anybody who goes against another person. Satan is the enemy of God. And since we are followers of Christ, Satan becomes our enemy. We are his target. Literally, anybody who is against you, who goes against your plan, who obstructs your plan, who can no longer stay with you and see you as the undesirable character, that person is your enemy. You people are in a warfare. It's either one person wins the war or the war rages on. So the guys on the other side, they are enemies of Fonati Kofa and his men. Now they telling Fonati Kofa people that 6 of you obstructed normal session here. You leave from your war front against us. Your country also will investigate you. They say it happened on the 22nd of last month, October. They didn't stop there. They said that if these officials don't come, there's going to be an action taken. Moreover, yeah. So, what are the guys? What are the guys? Just few. Frank Afoko, Marvin Cole, Luther Collins, and Edward Papi Flomo. These are the few names that these guys must go stand before them and question. Let them question these guys. That's what they said. The speaker and his guys too, they met today. As usual, with their legitimacy, they said what they needed to have said. They discussed and they left. So everything is at a standstill. Now, here is it. They said that the guys from the speaker's side should move to them to investigate them. 1. 2. The Minister of Transport, LWSC boss, Mo Ali, Transport Minister, Salif Tyler, must appear before them on Tuesday of next week to explain what they have as per their communication, respectively. To put this in context, all of us know, I've told you they're fighting for legitimacy. That is the only thing here. They are fighting for legitimacy. They do not have the authority, but they're doing everything they can as per the mind game to get that legitimacy and authority. So they will create a scene like they have the authority, but they do not have, they only have numbers. So yeah, it's it. To put this in context, it doesn't make sense in any way. 1, 2. If these government officials, these officials from the executives, if these officials from the executive honor the renegade, the rebels, the mercenary group demand or authority or order, then everyone can be convinced that truly the executive mansion is under this whole removal thing of Speaker Fonati Kofa. Because that's what it will mean. President Joseph Yeman Boakai, these people are within the work at the will and pleasure of President Joseph Yeman Boakai. So if the group that is not legitimate, does not have the authority, does not have any legitimacy whatsoever, invites the Minister of Internal Affairs, the Minister of Transport, and the Managing Director of Water and Sewer Corporation, and they honor these government officials, these officials from the executive, if they honor the request or demand by the rebel group, then it means that President Joseph Yuma Boakai is truly behind it. And the reason is simple. Here is it. They all work at his will and pleasure. If, like what they said from the onset, that he's not a part of it, he's not the one orchestrating it, he's not the mastermind, he will tell his people the legitimate person over there as the Speaker of the House of Representatives is Fonati Kofa. Therefore, you need not honor any request from the illegitimate group. So if that happens, Liberia, the rest of the world will just look at Liberia and say, they got that bunch of jokers over there. But I know they will not, because those are educated men and women. But what I'm telling you, it will lend credence to the suspicion and the accusation that President Joseph Yuma Boakai is behind it if these officials from his cabinet honor those guys' request next week, Tuesday. I know they can. Everything that those guys are doing on the other side is what they call the mind game. You see the mind game everywhere. It's not in football only. You find it on the field, in office, at everywhere, in the church, everywhere you find the mind game. That is what they are using. Because you know why they're doing that now? They know that they are cracking gradually. They know that they are failing. They know that they can go further with this thing. They don't have the ammunition to go further. Their arsenal is gradually depleting. Look at it. You think they're having the number. But you sense, if you went around these guys, you can sense that it is the momentum, the heart, the zeal is gradually plummeting. Some people want to get out openly, but they shame. They're thinking how to do it. One person took a bold-faced decision in Priscilla Cooper. Priscilla Cooper did not come up with any shenanigan or trying to find a Nicodemus way to get out using somebody or something as an excuse. Even though she blundered, and I like how Israel dealt with her this morning on his show. But she did extremely well by not creating any scene. Say it boldly that I'm leaving this group and this is the reason I'm leaving. The rest of the people, they don't want to be bold enough to say, I am leaving this group because of XYZ. So they're trying to find way. Some are some shame. It happens. It's normal. Sometimes you want to get out, but you're ashamed. You just don't know how to do it. Others will look and say, I'm leaving this team, man. Excuse me, sir, I'm out. There are people who are bold. I know that Priscilla Cooper, she has one or two pitfalls as per the entire stuff, but I think she was right. She was blunt enough. She was bold enough. That's what it is. Speak your mind. Be honest. Whatever people say about you, let them say. But she was right. I can stay here and criticize her because she faltered along the way. And I can do it because Israel did just that. Israel did a very good job this morning. The analysis was so unique and insightful. But I'm taking it from the point in which she was bold enough to get out. Why others are ashamed? We know, we're seeing, we're hearing people. We're reporting to you the truth. They are ashamed. That number cannot be like that until Judgment Day. It will have to dissolve before Judgment Day. That's what they decided today. No going nowhere. Why waste the country's time? Yes, another thing. the budget, the president begged for time. The president begged for time. It said the 8th of November, this month. So let's assume the 8th is closer, and it is closer. If they have the authority, the might, the legitimacy, and everything, if they are the House of Representatives, will the president, the executive, submit the budget to them? They have placed the executive in an embarrassing position. Anything to the contrary on this situation, the whole world will know that Joseph Boakai orchestrated this whole thing to get Speaker Fonati Kofao. So we are approaching the 8th now. Nothing can be resolved before the 8th. The budget has to be presented. It's a vital instrument. That is the lifeblood of the country. Who would the president submit the budget to? 43 or the Speaker of the House of Representatives? Now, it falls on the lap of the president. Time is running against him. He cannot be a party to holding the country hostage. Why am I saying it? Because he has to submit the budget, and the budget has time submission. The budget has time submission. You can hold it on at any time you feel it, then you submit it. It has time submission. Governance is scientific. Governance is scientific. It's not presumption. It's not guess or guesses. So he has to present the budget. Who is he going to present the budget to? So everyone is looking up to him now because we're approaching the 8th. Why the guys in the on the other side say they in John Chambers, why did they not talk about the budget today? Why did they say, hey God, amen? What kind of country here? Hello. Yeah. Amen. To sick me. Why did they not say, executive, please submit the budget, or we await budget submission to us this time? Why did they not say that? But instead, they came to say, don't do business with the Fonati Kofasa. The executive will be the stupidest of branch of government to ever listen to that trash and give into it. Who are they to dictate to the executive? Who are they to tell the executive, don't do business with Fonati Kofa and his group. Do business with us. If you are legitimate, you will force nothing. If you have the authority, people will do business with you. When you have the authority, it is known. And nobody will question it. You don't have to force it. You don't have to put on the Nebuchadnezzaric instinct. You only need to relax and it will fall on your lap because it is your authority. You got the legitimacy to receive it. Why will you tell the executive, don't do business with Fonati Kofasa, do business with us? Judiciary, don't do business with Fonati Kofasa, do business with us. Senate, don't do business with Fonati Kofasa, do business with us. You know what you're saying? That, oh, we are all jokers here. This country is a fun place. That's what the guys are saying. They make mockery of you, you who voted for them. You who voted. I, Sam Andrews, I never voted for anybody called representative because I've seen this thing over and over. Yes, I've seen this thing. And I took a decision that I will not vote for anybody called representative. I will only vote for president. And that's what I did. If I can ever remember the ballot paper, you will see. But God can allow that to happen. I never. So those of you who voted for them, they're provoking you. They're telling you that you're stupid. You wasted your time, your energy, and resources. Instead of doing something with time, the people are wasting, the people are enjoying themselves on nothing. They're holding the country hostage. It is nothing to them. No remorse at all. And you're right to sit in that place and do all kinds of stuff because this country is a free country. If it was in another country, some of you are dead by now. You're right. You're right because you see stupidity in the people's faces. So you're right to do all that you're doing, wasting the people's time, making fun, telling executive don't do business with their person. Put an announcement or rare announcement, send it to all of the radio stations. Do public service announcement like how the people usually do. What kind of nonsense is this? All the presidents, all the governments that came, we never saw this thing. That only in Bouaka time we see that thing happening. Only in Bouaka time we see this thing happening. No reason why former President Salif said the people are making noise in the legislature. And the executive does not have the power to keep the country under control. Listen to the woman's statement. That's what she means. She directed it at the executive, the legislature, the judiciary. Those three branches are not the three branches the Constitution said, three separate but coordinated branches of government. And the crust, the melting pot that hold them together, the shared commonality is coordination. But do you see the coordination? Are you seeing the coordination? No. What you have is confusion, division, strife, schism, misunderstanding, warfare, temper tantrum, venting, cutting, anger all over the place. And you say this is a serious country. Nobody initiated this thing but this government. The first time since God created the world and governance came into being, since Liberia became a sovereign independent country from 1847, only 2024, the government of Joseph Yuma Bouaka, rescue government, that we're experiencing this kind of childish, reckless, irresponsible behavior of certain group of people who say they are the majority. Do we have majority? In legislature, we don't have majority. You only, that expression is only used to take a decision on the floor. That's why parliamentary procedure say to tear. To tear is a majority. But you cannot have a block and call it majority when there exists no block in the legislature or any institution. You have one institution. So that's why they decided, yeah? I just thought to share it with you. Now, the next one, I know that these guys will not go. They will not go to them. They will. Under no condition, they will go. Let me move to the second part, and that is former representative Akaras Gray. Then I read a few of your comments, or your comments as you have written it, and then we move on to have your input, and then we'll move to something else. So, Representative Akaras Gray called for Thomas Falla expulsion. Yeah, it's what Representative Gray said. Without holding back, I publicly call on the leadership of CDC to take immediate action by expelling Deputy Speaker Thomas P. Falla from the movement. Falla is also the vice chairman for operations of the party. And as National Executive Committee member, He should abide by the party's official position issued under the signatures of the chairman and secretary general. Now that Deputy Speaker Fala is leading a fruitless cause to destroy the CDC, and some members of the CDC Legislative Caucus in the House of Representatives, he needs not only be called to order by the caucus, but he must be expelled. Representative Gray went further to say, Fala has become a party deviant and dissident that has forgotten that CDC took him from a playing field, like many of us, to reach us to national leadership. Partisans in Lofa got dangerously wounded and killed in defense of his naked quest for power. And today, he has callously betrayed the essence of a CDC struggle. His action is nothing but despicable act of betrayal. And as such, a traitor in our midst must be excommunicated and punished accordingly. Long live the mighty Congress for Democratic Change and the masses struggle. Former Representative Akaras Gray position. Listen, this is my position on it. This is my position. This could be for any person. I have always, throughout my life, broadcast on honesty, sincerity, and the truth. Not against anybody. Would never ever go against anybody. That is why when I leave the radio, I'm in the midst of CDC people, George Foley. I'm in the midst of Unity Party people. I'm in the midst of MPC, Movement for Progressive Change. I'm in the midst of all of those party people. You know why? Because we are telling the truth about our country, and we cannot be on the same plane, but we have a shared commonality called Liberia. We say it honestly for the good of the country. Because if anything goes to the contrary, like how it has gone haywire now, we are feeling it. Probably if you don't know, maybe because you don't understand governance, so you think nothing is up, but we're feeling it. The country is at a standstill right now. You need to go, if you know, then go in the classroom and sit down and learn political science and other related sciences. The country is at a standstill right now. Nothing is happening. These guys have held the country hostage. The country is feeling the pinch. You know how many people around now holding on? They want to come in to help Liberia to get things done here from investment standpoint, but given what is happening, they are afraid because everything is a chain. Everything is a chain. It works. It's one from one end, from the executive to the judiciary, from the judiciary to the legislature, from the legislature to executive. It just go around, followed by the rest. That's why when they finish, it goes to the speaker. This just like that. Just look at it. One can never ever work without the other. Whether you like it or not, I'm not part of your party. I'm not part of any party. I've never been, and I will never try to be part of any political party. My political party is Liberia. You like it or not? Yeah, is it? I've been talking about these things over the time. Didn't I tell you people, CDC, when you people were venting out your anger, saying all kinds of things, cursing, Fala, saying this, and I said, no, that's not the right way to go. It will not help you all. Rather, it has already happened. So you look forward now. You can suggest to your party what they need to do. And I even said that it's good that it happened because party now will put a mechanism in place by which they will hold them accountable if they went to the legislature and doing things different from the party's policy. Unlike in other countries that you see, or some countries that they have this kind of law, Liberia own is loose. In other countries, no. They elect you. You are elected on condition. You sign, how they call it, something like an oath, that if you dare, you walk at the will and pleasure of the party. When the party tells you, don't vote against that bill, you have no option. If the party says, vote in favor of that bill, you vote. In other countries, that's how it is set up. You walk, the parliamentarian walk at the will and pleasure of the party. In fact, before he takes any decision, he goes back to the party for consultation. But yeah, nothing. So I said, look, your staff, it will help you now to put things in place. And I used Molba Molu's expression when they had a terrible problem years back, recalibration. That you go back, now you start to recalibrate. So here's my position on this, after giving it another thought. Listen, Representative Gray is right, in my opinion. Gray is right. CDC must expel Thomas Fowler. CDC must now brace itself for living without Thomas Fowler. Given my understanding of all of these things, that's why I said an enemy is the person who goes against you. That's what God said. If you look up in the Bible, all of the words on enemy being used by God, that's what he's saying. Anybody who goes against you, even in your house, it's somebody who deviates from your plan. It's an enemy. When the child of reasoning, say above 18, knows right from wrong and intentionally, willfully, unregrettably go against the parent instruction, that child or that boy, that girl is an enemy. An enemy is anyone who comes against by his own will, his own rule, his own power, his own authority, and expect the person he or she is coming against to succumb. Thomas Fowler is an enemy of CDC. Thomas Fowler, I agree with Gray. Except the party says it wants to be sympathetic and reconciling, and they can talk to him, he will change, fine. But in this scene, I think he needs to be expelled. And there are a couple of reasons. I will share with you one or two, then we'll open the line. The first one is, should CDC go ahead to expel Thomas Fowler from the party, he stays on as representative and an independent working person. It will have little bearing on his existence. He will move to work. He will do as per his function. He will have all of his benefits coming forth to him. He will be a free man, and on and on. That is the first one. The second thing that will happen, Thomas Fowler, if CDC expels him, will have lost his foundation, his pillar, his legitimacy, his authority, his constituency. In that legislature, you are there by your constituency. And as you stay in the legislature, you cannot be an island of your own. You will need the support base. It is that support base the law calls constituents or constituency. If a senator or representative loses his or her constituency, that person is vulnerable. If CDC expelled Thomas Fowler, he is vulnerable. Thomas Fowler can lose his status as deputy speaker, and Thomas Fowler can be reduced to nothing, and he will start to regret why he betrayed CDC. These are just 2 of 10 reasons. Tomorrow, if God permits, he gave us life and his protection and blessing and grace upon us. We'll explain the next two. We'll take it time by time so you understand it good. Everyone needs a base. All of those guys in there, how did they get there? They got there by their constituency, through their constituency, with their constituency, of their constituency. They did not wake up in the morning and jump. All of the guys, and Gray was right, he couldn't have put it any better. All of these guys were struggling, even though somebody has to help somebody. But when somebody helps you, then you don't betray. Even God is against that. God can curse people for that. When you are nobody, you are nothing, you're struggling. You don't even know whether your life condition will change. And God brings along somebody your way to help you. God brought George Weah. There's a reason. Everything that happens on earth, it happens for a reason. God's hand is in everything that is happening. The only thing God's hand is not in, those 43 rebels, because God does not support rebellion. God is not with them. That's why they acting the elementary people. They're saying all kind of confused things. They can't go nowhere. When God not with you, you can just look stupid in the eyes of people. And you think that you're doing something good or you're making sense. God hands in everything. Had God, who knew, had God not bring former President Weah along the way, what would have become of Thomas Fowler? Would they have been representative today? And the rest of the guys, Akaras Gray said it. He said they were nothing. And that's true. Years back, you could see Akaras Gray. We saw Akaras Gray in the time. We're not picking. With age. We saw Akaras Gray all around, moving all around. Akaras Gray was dry, like skeleton. You could see Jefferson Koji. You could count Jefferson Koji bones. You could count all of those guys, Modiba Molu. And they were scheming all over the place to get things in their pocket. The only thing that they did not do, they did not betray their party. And this is where and why I agree with Akaras Gray. Listen, people. Listen. Akaras Gray is CDC, and CDC is Akaras Gray. Jefferson Koji is CDC, and CDC is Jefferson Koji. Modiba Molu, though he has left, but he is CDC, and CDC is Modiba Molu. I do not know about these the rest, but I can vouch for these three guys because I saw them over the years, especially Akaras and Jefferson Koji. If there was anybody to betray CDC and weaken George Weah at that time, that Weah, it was going to affect his quest for the presidency, winning it greatly. Those two guys. What former President Sirleaf did not do to Akaras Gray and Jefferson Koji, what money they did not put forth. Thomas Fowler and Ryan, they were nowhere in the struggle. Ellen put 50,000, 75,000 before Gray then. She used emissaries. They put gun in their car to say they're doing this just to silence them. They did everything. The last thing they were using money all over the place. At that time, those guys didn't betray George Weah. They didn't betray CDC. These guys, they can't. Where they have money now? These guys, they went through it. They sacrificed their lives. Akaras Gray, they sacrificed their life for CDC. They risked their life. They saw death. They embraced death for CDC survival. What never happened? The guys, they refused. If it was just for a penny of money, you know what I mean at that time? Government putting before you 50,000, 75,000 US. Just so they will turn their back on CDC. Akaras, Jefferson Koji, Molba Mole, and the rest of the guys, they said no. They will never ever betray because where we are took them from. And they will stand by we are. Even if they lose the cause, they will still be with we are, but they will not cross to the other side. And throughout those 12 years of Ellen's reign, those guys, they never betrayed we are. They never betrayed CDC. Until CDC won the presidency. That's what a loyal person is. Just a simple petty thing. Petty, no struggle whatsoever. This man gave in. That man can do anything to CDC. And you CDCians, you have to be very careful with him. You have to be very careful. If this man can do this to y'all, you have to be careful. I agree. Let him be expelled. Listen, you don't be afraid. God himself said it. I can stay here and quote scriptures to y'all. So y'all go there, y'all will see it the same way. That you don't keep enemy in your midst. You don't keep enemies. You don't take risks with enemy. Anybody who harbors the thought of betraying, that person can kill you anytime. You never ever be in the midst of people and forget your back. So Gray is right. I support Gray. Let Thomas Fowler go. And let it be seen whether CDC will not exist when he leaves, or they expel him, or CDC will exist. CDC, like any other political party, is an institution that has built and branded itself over the years. Not a single person, not even group of persons, can break CDC apart, or any other political party in this country. A political party is grounded institutionally. One person defection or expulsion means nothing. Instead of keeping a virus in your midst, instead of keeping COVID 2024 in your midst, you get him out so that virus can contaminate the rest of the people, because that's COVID 2024. I agree with former Representative Akaras Gray. Let the man go. Let the man go. You don't be afraid. You expel the man. It will serve as the deterrent to other people. You have to take, you can be sympathetic in every situation. That sympathy get Liberia in the country in this way today. Everything sympathy. So no system, no law and order, no development, sympathy. That's Gray's position, that he should be expelled. Let me read a few of your comments now, and then we get to the line. I can have your say. Those of you who commented on the Fowler situation and the guys at the House of Representatives. K. Stephen Julie. I know. Ambassador Martinez said, good afternoon. I'm following from my residence in Congo Time Peace Island, District 10. Okay. I leave here as it is. Let the man go. Let the man go. I agree with Representative Gray. Expel the man. Let the man do and live the life that he betrayed CDC for. Clady Allison said these rebels making fun of themselves, shameless breakaway representatives. Joseph Barcelona Pay said, good afternoon. Sam and the King's family, I am following you from my situation room in Jacobstown, Pennsylvania, at the same time following the U.S. election closely. Between a male and a female, if Liberia will improve, we have to start from somewhere. As I always mention, if they can get the magic number 49, Honorable Councillor Fonati Kofa will and should never resign. Dwight, my Southeastern sister, said, Sam isn't going to happen. Okay, I think she's referencing those guys from the executive, the Rebel People Summer. Morisaki said they are joking. And Clady Allison said they have already failed. Shame on them. Duarte comes back. These guys will never go in front of those fools. Okay. Yeah, you can see the anger in the vexation in the people's comment. Asada Miller said, Mr. Andrews, this was the calamity the prophet talked about during the election time, that when Liberian people vote Bouaka as president. Bouaka government is a complete calamity that has befallen our nation, Liberia. And these people have become a complete rebel and criminals in this country. All right. And A Valley Kora, your last name is K-O-R-E. He said, these guys are worried how they are going to pay back the people's money. Yes, I think they're just trying to beg the question. They will have to say. And Josiah Lawrence nodding said, GW was his destiny helper, and the payback can be clearly seen. Okay, GW is George Weah. Yes, Weah. It is because of Weah, all these guys, all of them today that riding these tinted windshields can travel around the world. You think, listen, without Weah, God first, human second. Whether you like it or not, God first, human second. That's how God works. God uses one person or uses a person or another person to change somebody's life. That's how. That is why when God has blessed you, when God has taken you to another level, it is not for you to showcase and just make all over the place. God is simply telling you, look back over your life, how you were downtrodden, peasant, and so you help the next person. And that person too will help. So George Weah, out of his struggle in Liberia, told the football page, rose to stardom. God said you will go back now and help those guys there who are struggling through an institution that you people will establish called CDC. Apart from people who are members of CDC, there were people who did not form part of CDC by documentation, but the fact that they just identify with CDC and use George Weah's name, they got elected. Because a couple of years back, if you just say George Weah, and Weah went to that place and say, this person or Weah, put your hand up, your margin was always 3 times or 5 times higher than your opponent. Just the name Weah. Weah took everybody from their dungeon, from nothing. Those of you who on the other side of the political divide, you say, oh, nothing here. Some of you, you're in government today that because of Bouaka. Some of you, not necessarily that you are somebody. It's because of the name Joseph Yuma Bouaka. Some of you in government today. God uses somebody to take you to another level or to give you a future. It's not only CDC, but the focus of attraction is the betrayal in Thomas Fowler. Some of you who in government today, you Unity Party people too. You're in government, not necessarily that you people was ever going to get in government. It is because of the name Joseph Yuma Boakai and his ascendant said that you people are in government. So you don't see it and say, oh, what am I talking over there? Yeah, somebody got it. Not anything. No, it's something. Some of you, from your individual self, you're here people. We hear it every day. Why you people can be insulting? I'm blaming you. I don't want to my money, I help you. I'm blaming you. I don't want to I send you to school. Why do you say that? Because you feel hurt, because the person betrayed you. It hurts. Even God in heaven was hurt by betrayal. 10 lepers God healed in Luke 17. The rest betrayed. Only one maintained loyalty and gratitude. That God will ask the question, weren't you 10? Where are the other 9 to come back and say thank you? That the thank you Thomas Fowler giving George Weah, like those 9. Thomas Fowler is a pathological betrayer. No reason why you see the man, he's never pleased. He acting like he's active. He's acting like nothing happened. He's acting like he's not traumatized, but he's traumatized. When he goes home, he worries a lot. He's thinking the next day, how the night will be with him. He's thinking how the next day going to be. The rest of the guys, they don't have much of a burden in terms of trauma. He has the full burden and trauma. So the rest of the guys got nothing to lose. And if he loses his base, that means if CDC expels him, Thomas Fowler will be nothing. And I see Thomas Fowler losing everything over there, and Thomas Fowler will regret it. Because if he loses his base, his constituents say, forget it. He will not go on Unity Party. Unity Party people will not accept him. He will not go anywhere. The likelihood of staying in that legislature will be very hard. 2029, Unity Party people will not vote for him because they will not need him as deputy speaker. They will want their own deputy speaker. You think they will keep him there? They're only using him as a surrogate because they see stupidity in him. So they demanded him, if you come on our side, this is what's going to happen. And he rushed there. Betraying his party, betraying the speaker. That's it, man. I'll see you. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The female line, the women line. Don't call on the line you male, only for the women. 0777 98 03 75. And you are on. Hello.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Your name and where you call from?
Thank you. I'm phoning you from Louisiana. This is Womoso County.
Let's hear you.
Sam Andrew, you know, you are just put a square. I want to concur with the General Mr. Gray. You know, let this guy be expelled immediately from the party. We don't want any explanation. Let the man leave the party. This man, we know this guy. In the revolution, I was a very little boy, very little age, very young, 2005. You know, when father went to the CDC, this man went at the party headquarters, we bought shoes with chest transfer and share on him with champagne on his back from the play fee, right at the open in real life. This man, I know the guy very well. So they are bragging that he's millionaire, he went to be father. He can go to buy the coach channel, all those things that I can say before. He was very strong in the party.
All right,
now,
thank you.
You got greed and money.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, sir.
You want to move away from your radio?
Yeah, I'm leaving the radio now. You getting me now?
Yes.
Yes, Sam. This is Smart Theatres Williams calling from the PHP community.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, Sam. I agree with Honorable Akaros Gray. He's still honorable. Honorable always will be honorable. So I 100% support Akara straight for us, expel. Then they expel. And then they might expel the automa for a net for that party. He is waffler, you know, even waff. The pepper and salt he eat, even to a that a wife cook for he. They walk, he walk nothing. So yeah, they expel it for the party. We
All right.
don't want someone for that any longer. And when someone for that stay being a party, small us where we leave our party.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Have a nice day. Hello. 0772 23 99 33. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you are on Real Talk on Kings 88.5.
Calling from District 16, precise name Twitter.
Let's hear you.
Call me Emmanuel Zoga. Oh, man, I agree with the lawmaker, with the former lawmaker, Arab Moses, someone for the SPL, someone for the got in the party. They be SPL. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello, Sergio.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yes. I'm doing great, but I'm asking you on the last female general.
Yeah, I know, man. Sisi, I know. You are a very familiar voice. Everybody knows you.
No, sir,
Lady
I'm so disappointed. So I just went for the protest ground. But when me agree with Mr. Akala, what he said, no, let that one apple go for all the apple. You understand? The man see that he rich now. He reached the land of liberty. He got money. He was not around here to different. We have brought him to himself and we voted for him. So today that they pay papers and we have one. So just go down in Lopa and nothing is been done about it. And we take him in the photo for him. And today you join in all protest, you're going to talk to the people on West Ground. Now you the echo now at the House of Parliament. Now you the echo now to go there. So my brother, this is for the for the protest ground. No, that protest was on a mark by the government. You understand? People are saying they're going to stand by all the go out and they also go out there. We just for the ceremony left the place. I told you that protest for getting for money on a man protest. And now although we're there, you know the media carry it, but who was there to take to all that were there on that protest ground? All those that took money, the protest first money last. When you get to our country by taking money, by taking jobs, and putting the country behind and taking money first, yeah, God bless you. God will continue to bless you. We are Liberia, we here. We'll see how far we'll go. Thank you.
Thank you, man, Sisi, for calling. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, St. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle. I come from another street in Roger TV. Are you getting me?
We are listening to you.
Okay. Thank you very much for the fascinating discussion this afternoon. The issues regarding to the House of Legislature are for us, and we as a political pundit and political analyst is extreme. We expected these things on Joseph Boakai presidency, and that's why we portrayed and articulated the message and the continuity of Joseph, of his excellency, Dr. Johnson Weah. But the Liberian people did not listen. You see, what is unfolding, the entire government is being affected by what we call dactyophilism. It's being deformed. Nothing is working. Today, you have the legislature who are residing at our LJ, enjoying themselves. They have left the Liberian people job doing
all right, sir.
On Jolly. And lastly, to Moses Akarage, I think I agree with him. Thomas Fala should go. We have George he went. We have Jawari Joseph, she went. So Thomas Fala is
no. You can compare those two people with Fala's situation. Thank you ever so much. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bralila, hope that I'm pronouncing your name right, but it's spelled Brileila. Bralila Wanwend, your last name is spelled Warens. You said nobody going to trust him anymore. So sad. Greedy Hunter. And Bralila is referring to Thomas Fala. Claudia Allison said, If the Unity Party accept T5, he would not go nowhere. Okay. Yeah. Let's take more calls and then we move to something else. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you called from?
My name is Children calling from the
Mm-hmm. Let's hear you. You went off. Madam, you went off. If you call back, fine. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah. You are on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Cut off your radio. Cut off your radio.
Yeah, I'm fine with now.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, you are on the air. We're listening to you.
Okay, my name is Marcus Bala. I'm calling from the Synod there. Yeah, my opinion here is, first of all, if I was a president, the sitting president for Liberia, I would arrest those rebellion guys, put them in jail, and prepare that position to be free. But the fact that they try to undermine the peace of Liberia. For the issue of Thomas Farah, he just betrayed himself. Not CDC he betrayed. It even showed to us that he's one of the cause of CDC losing the election in this country, the presidential seat in this country. So I'm so feeling bad. Thomas Farah is very listening to this program that he will be able to regret his action. Maybe when he go to bed tonight, when he lie down, then he regret his action. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, good evening. How do you do?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, my name is Macmillian, father calling from local country this evening. I think I concur with the Honorable Gray. The sooner the better. It will not be good for him to be there until 2029. It better be expelled from the party because he has different motives. What he have meeting with citizens in Lofa that he want to come 2029, he want to run as a vice president to the vice president to be a running mate. So I think he need to be expelled. Not only he alone, but those that in the party that found themselves in that behavior, they need to be expelled so far. So we know that they are no more in the party, so they want to do business with other people. Sir. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you call from?
I'm Priscilla calling from District 14 to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you for your topic on the question. You know, the people are forgotten so easily. Malcolm Presley once said, a people without a knowledge of their past history and origin or culture is like a tree without roots. Some of us are forgotten so easily about 2023 when Sedition died in Lofa country because of him, because of the entire Sedition. They are forgotten so easily because they see money today, but they shouldn't forget that 2029 is coming and we will make that decision. Thank you.
Thank you too. Have a nice Tuesday. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
This is James. Call from single 11th Street from the Intellectual Center that they call CRPD, where anybody can be somebody. And let me say a thanks to you for this beautiful discussion this afternoon and that is being raising up in this country. To look up the lawmaker of CDC for another lawmaker to go against that lawmaker which is the speaker. This is starting. And the right thing the Soria said, Honorable Gray, I just said all. There is no need that Thomas Farah remain in the party because Thomas Farah is a complete betrayer. He could do that to George Weah, and I show that similar thing he did to George Weah, acting like he loved George Weah, the former president of the Republic of Liberia. Because the whole guys are getting money overnight, and this is the reason why they decided to turn back to the party and serve the party the way that they are doing. But we will not relent to that. The next thing what we're going to do here is that if these guys they cannot come and help to whatever that the law says. What we do is try to get ourselves together as the citizens of our country and for our constituents where our children are not going to school, their children are going to school. We will hold our children on our state and whatever things that are on the hostage, so they too can able to feed the poor of this country. But what they are doing to this country is wrong. Is that right?
Why you see their children to hold them hostage? They put children out of this country.
They are in school. They are in school, and our children are not going to school.
Okay,
so we can hold children and say, no, you guys, your children, you can go to the hostel and solve the problem. The problem solve the leader children.
Thank you, Chief. All right, thank you. You did well. Your spies it up. I appreciate all of you. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, your name and you want to say quick so we'll go to something else.
What they say is true, yeah. What they say is true. Some of that is true. Our started to my this is to do on someone that can to them. We know it is experience. That is experience for the party. It's all people who are the forward. Some of our weekend. What happened in local country? I will come to them because a lot of things for us and not for today. No, who know your behavior now. So thank you.
Thank you, Mama. Have a nice day. Thank you all for spicing it up. So let's close on this with the protest. I've been hearing a couple of things. One, say, oh, the protest, and the people say they were going to protest. We are at the Capitol and nothing happening. We can't see nobody. People got excited. Say, oh, the protest failed. The next thing, they say, oh, there are few people. And they say they were marching on the Capitol, there are few people. I'm saying this because I said yesterday I'm in support of that protest. Something has to stop people from doing something. And now they're running around and saying, oh, the protests, no money. I mean, money, in few, they gave money to Fendera Patri, money all over the place, people dividing money. I see some people posting on Facebook when they know he's together, they had to, all of those things. Listen, you don't be carried away by those. Amen. We're in a country where the atmosphere is purely propaganda. They will do anything. Listen, all of you people, if very many of you people, if not all, watch movies. And I don't believe that you watch movie or movies simply for entertainment. We watch movies for two reasons. One, to entertain and amuse ourselves. Two, education. Why education? Because the director is portraying an idea. That's what the movie has, what they call content, or they say the idea. In some of the movies that we watch, you see they can show different strategies how to neutralize, how to stop certain things from coming. What the guys are doing, they don't want to use what they call old metal because they're being lambasted for doing the same thing they criticize people for. So what they're doing is to undermine or to neutralize the protests, they will infuse money through certain people. Because we have a gullible society where poverty is on the rise, where people, very many of the people, especially the young ones, are directionless. They're just hoping that they can get $5 or $10. Remember now, politicians feed on the gullibility of the younger population to execute that plan. Nobody the politicians take advantage of than that demographic called the young people, the youth. If you look at that scene, who do you see? Look at the ages of people. They are predominantly the young ones. Not only that, you see gullibility in them. You see obsession for money. So when the politicians know these features, they take advantage. You don't be carried away by that. The protest was successful before today came. And I will explain it in the next few minutes. It was successful. Come on, you don't be afraid. You don't say, okay, don't mind those things, man. Why are you going to get jitter instead of putting reason to the flow? The protest was successful. the protest did not fail. It was successful. Yeah, a couple of reasons. One, the protest became successful from the first day. These guys themselves from the legislature announced that they were bribed. Money was given to them. They signed for 15,000 with signing for the next 10,000 if the mission to remove Fonati Kofa is complete. Two, what is strange in there that you will look at the number that you want to see multitude. What is strange in there? When the whole country knows that the guys took money, they themselves told the country that we signed for 15,000. One took money, he said he took 15,000 to JFK. Not JFK, sorry. Well, it's not JFK. He took 15,000 to the Justice Ministry. Another lawmaker said he was signing for 15,000, his hand was trembling. The other lawmaker said she signed for the money. But when she realized the way they want to move the speaker, she backed off. So I knew that what Fendela Patrick and the rest of the guys were doing today was to reinforce that the allegation has substance. Tell it. The third thing here. Why the protest was successful. Protest is not multitude. You all know this in this country. Protest is not multitude. These same Unity Party people, when they announce protest, they will go 3, 4, 5, 6. When George, we have people in power at that time, CDC, they say, oh, y'all look at here, say protesting few numbers. They will defend and say protest are not a multitude. So it's vice versa. Protest is not the multitude. Protest means you're making your position known. That's what it means. When you're saying protest, you're saying position. That position can be in writing or in words. It means to make your position known. Either you for or you're against. That's what protest is. You look up the word protest. Most of you have smartphones. A protest can be delivered by a person, 2 or 3. What is important is the message must go across. That's all. That's what protest is. One person, Fendela Patrick, could stand in front of the Capitol and put a placard up. You will see that the international community, international media will pick it up just as they pick this one up today. Because very many of the people are so myopic in this country and gullible and illiterate, the politicians use the people. So they chunk few money to give the impression that it was not successful because they are afraid or they did not want multitude, so that it will not be saying that President Joseph Yuma Baka does not have control of the country, protests all over the place. Come on, simple logic, man. Politicians strategize. Who told you that Fendela Patrick took money? Who told you that the rest of the people took money? Why are they capitalizing on the money? Why they will not say they came out, they made their position known? Why they capitalizing on money, that money all over, the people fighting over money? So Fendela Patrick took money. Because they want to distract. They want to take your mind off that. They want to make you to think that they do not have the power to say, to do what they did. That the government has the will and pleasure, or the people satisfied with the government. Too many strategies can come to the floor to make people to feel that it is not happening or it was not successful. In my opinion, from what I saw, coupled with my literacy, that protest was successful. Fendela Patrick and the rest of the people were not saying anything on the day that the country did not know. The protest was purely against the bribe at the legislature. The second thing that these guys should return to what the Supreme Court says, status quo. But of the two, the one with the most gravity, the money, the bribe, first branch of government, honorable men and women, taking money. You dare look at any journalist in a time and say journalism and fight for cattle. Legislators and lawmakers are fighting for cattle. Well, you put your oral cavity on journalists. The journalists then they're fighting for money. They're after cattle. Yeah, you're fighting for cattle. All over the place. You should be ashamed of yourselves, especially those women over there. What audacity? And this is no disrespect to all. No, I'm referencing those women who sat down there and took that money and know that the money was not legitimate money. I'm not talking to the rest of the women. Don't misunderstand me. They are great women, great ladies, very sound, intelligent, wise, with integrity that can't stoop so low. There are women in various offices and other places. They're managing thousands of dollars in which they can be tempted. People try influencing them, but they stand on their integrity ground, just as Joe said, that of everything, I will never trade my integrity. Those women, great women. I am talking about those ones in the legislature that consciously received that money, knowing very well it was not money that they worked for. You see why? That's your statement now, what men can do, woman can do, and you say, men can corrupt. So woman corrupt too. You need to look at that statement you're running around with. What men can do, woman can do. So women stealing in the legislature because they're stealing from the people there. Anyway, let me get back to the protest. The protest was successful, yeah? Fendela Patrick did not keep anything in secret that he will announce it on today, that the country will get to know today. It been known from day one. Fendela Patrick was only adding substance to the already heightened atmosphere of vexation by moving out to say, look, our lawmakers, you need to stop this. Fendela Patrick alone could stand over there and put a placard up. Lawmaker, stop corruption in Liberia. And it was going to go far and wide around the world, just as the protest today gone far and wide around the world. You will hear it on BBC. You will hear it on VOA. Why you're looking for multitude? The people out of Liberia know that protest is not multitude. It's the message that you send across. No reason why our government, our politics here is so soft, too mechanical. Oh, the people ain't care multitude. All that thing they were doing. Look at only few. Man, Sisi, I beg you, Mama, don't get veiled. That protest there, don't feel bad, rather. Don't feel bad. That protest was very, 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 very successful. That protest was not on our mind. It was very successful. The message going across. All of you, you don't feel discouraged. The conscience of the people not clear. You're not worrying, they're worrying. And that's why we're waiting for LACC. LACC must sweep that thing under the carpet. They will know. Alexandra Zoe, she knows that her character is at stake. She must sit down there and Unity Party people must damage her. Because they know it is clear. It is clear if Inja Gabriel were to come down, he would tell this country, you stop this thing, you receive money. And I tell these people who, they say they're Christians, they don't go to church on Sunday. Some of them, they ain't going to church again. Because the conscience is not clear. You're going before the God who knows that you took money, you took bribe, you suffocating the people, you're starving them in the back. or in the name you are the representative. You think God ain't know? You go. You can pray for the next 35 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. God will never hear your prayer that moment until you can confess. Some of you brought shame to your children, your name all in this thing, the women there. Your children hearing or how you talk money, you talk bribe. What can you tell the boy or the girl in a house that if you suspect stealing took place? Because you'll go behind her and gossip you. Look at mama talking to her. And mama need to be on the radio. The people say she take money. Shame. Every woman stands for integrity. Every woman. And the last person to ever get into bribery, stoop so low to receive money that you don't work for, not legitimate money. That woman, and I can prove it from the Bible. That's why God allows us to read the Bible every day. It can show you. That's why God created woman different from men. God made woman special and distinct. You think the man stupid? You think he know what you're doing? I'll show you that verse tomorrow. I'll show you your reading. Whoa! Just like the one in Proverbs 49. Yeah, that one I speak of. Proverbs 49. 49, 41. It said, my friend that I share my bread with, my friend that I open my heart to, betrayed me. Yeah, the one fella did to the speaker. The speaker opened up to fella. Ego. Yeah. He said, my friend that I share my bread with, that I open up my heart to, came against me. Yeah. Amen. Yeah. Che. You find out here it's in Psalm. The one fella did to the speaker. He stabbed the speaker in the back. Hey, he won't be. So you women, you can tell your children nothing, or they're hearing your name. They're hearing your name on the radio. Every day they're reading your name in the papers, in the press. Corruption. You ain't shame, you ain't got conscience. When you go home, you really sit down and think. So the bad thing the people did to elect your women. The people were in the house that the male were dominating. They were stealing all over the place. The people say, oh, no women. We ain't got sufficient women in the house. We ain't got sufficient women there. We need women in the house. The people say, okay, let's elect women now. At least they have that representation considerably. The people put you there, nothing. I've not heard a single woman in that legislature standing on the floor to make any difference with the issue, to put forth one bill, to argue on a legislation. Everything the men dominating. Then why you went all over the place? So you're only there because you heard the people eating plenty of money and traveling all over the country together with the honorable. You should be ashamed of yourselves, man. Come on. We should not be talking to you like this. You should maintain your integrity. Even if they want to move the speaker, stand in the people's faces and say, we don't have to move the speaker with money. You don't have to bribe anybody. Let's go through the due process. Let's do what is right. Let everybody see. Let it be transparent. And then the speaker is out. Why this country? Everything must be bribed. In other countries, they want to move speaker. Money will never go around. They will move through the normal process and get that person out. But because this country is corrupt to the core, everything, that corruption, nothing can be successful without money infusion. And nowhere the people can use but that legislature. That's why everybody running their part of Mumu, Bobo, junks, sitting down over there. They say the lawmakers. I bet all of you people, the CDC lawmakers that there, the Unity Party lawmakers, the independent lawmakers, that in that whole place, when everything over, the atmosphere will change. Some of y'all will start regretting. if we had known we're not going to go against the speaker. You know how the people seeing you over there? Let me tell you the thing clear. You ask God, he will show it to you. That thing clear. The second betrayer coming. The second betrayer. Let's assume, hypothetically, that the speaker is off. Mission is accomplished. You think they're going to see you as the way they see you now? The only reason why they see you as chicken eggs, they're supporting you, they're encouraging you, every other thing happening, because they have a goal to achieve and they cannot achieve it alone. They need your support. Satan never works all by himself. Satan works with people who align with his idea so that he achieves his goal. And once the goal is achieved, what happens? Satan abandons those people who help him. You sit down there. What kind of women are over there so? All day. What man can do, woman can do it. What man can do it. So men can steal. So women can steal. No disrespect to the other women that beg your mama, you don't feel bad. Talking to the people, those women that have received that 15,000. Not talking to you people not involved. Those ones that have received the 15,000. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. Shame. Yeah, man. So the protest was successful, yeah? The protest was successful. The protest was successful. The protest was successful. The message going across. Y'all hear it on BBC this evening. Y'all hear it on VOA. It all around the world. Fendera Patrick's name will be on BBC, on VOA, Al Jazeera, DW News, all of those networks. When it comes to Africa, they will not say the protest, we did not see multitude, or multitude was not there, so we're not reporting it. They will say Liberians protested against their legislature on allegation of bribery. And the protest was led by civil rights activists, Fendela Patricks. And you will hear the guy say, we can now talk to Fendela Patricks, who is the head of Campaigners for Change, leading the campaign. Fendela Patrick is speaking to the whole world. You're sitting there. Who told you that protest is multitude? Protest is sending your idea across. It can be one person, it can be two persons, it can be three persons. You graduate from this thing when you say protest, then you expect multitude. When you see multitude, you say the protest was not successful. That's why politicians make you. Politicians think they can think for you because they see stupidity in your mind. So they should think for you, and they use you as remote control. They toss you to and fro. The protest was successful, very successful. The message went across. The message went across before Fendela Patricks and the people and the others announced. So what they said that the country did not know, that they needed to know. It was known that bribe took place. The legislature received bribe. The House of Representatives received bribe. They took money. They came out. Nobody forced them. They were not coerced. They were not hypnotized. They weren't brainwashed. They weren't bewitched. They came out consciously to admit to the whole world that they received money, 15,000 United States dollars, to remove the Speaker of the House of Representatives. That when the coup is successful, they will get the balance 10,000. It is that the sound of the money that led the other women to join inside because they broke. 15,000, so much money. I'm talking to those ones, I'm talking to those ones who received the money, not all the women, not all the women. Those ones that stoop so low. Your first year in the legislature, you see it? You women that stoop so low and receive that, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Your first, you don't even go 1 year. You don't even go 1 year. No reason why the people say woman can never stand up to men. And you people have proven it. Less than 10 months in the legislature. Look at how you disgrace yourself. And once you can stoop so low, the people now in a position to use you anytime. Say, okay, don't got bother, man. That call will get her 10,000. She will receive it. She will accept it. Y'all leave that thing. So the project was successful. Yeah? Okay. The project was successful. Let's move to Dillon. Let's close with Dillon. Time is of the essence. Let's move to Senator Dillon. Oh, yeah, I said I was going to share the verse with you. He said, my friend, my brother, a person that I saw as my brother, that I took to heart, that I draw close, I open up to him. We share table together. We share gatherings together. He betrayed me. Psalm 49. Psalm 41 verse 9 is typical of the Thomas Fowler and Speaker Kofa situation. Psalm 41. Is it 41? Yeah, 41 9. Psalm 41 9. If you look it up, you will see that. You will see it. Psalm 41 9. It says, yea, my own familiar friend. Psalm 41 9. Look it up, you will see it. Me, I'm a Christian. And thank God I'm in the midst of Christians at King's FM. Pastor AB, Pastor Israel, everybody. So, yeah, and we live with the Bible. The Bible is our manual of leadership. The Bible is the House of Representatives. The Bible is the Senate. The Bible is the executive. The Bible is everything. Why? It encompasses everything leadership and guidance. Yeah, what it says, of Psalm 41 9. It says, yea, my own familiar friend, in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, hath lifted up his heel against me. This verse is typical of Thomas Fowler betrayal, or a direct reference to Thomas Fowler betraying the speaker. Did you hear it? You look up Psalm 41 verse 9. Psalm 41 verse 9. Those of you who are Christians, yea, my own is a reference for very close, knitted together. My own familiar friend, in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, had lifted up his heel against me. So let's go to Dillon. I just thought to, while talking, it came to mind. Let's go to Senator Dillon. Senator Dillon, then we take few calls on it. Senator Dillon is saying that he resurrected his bill, that each lawmaker must now receive or take home 5,000. Have a listen first.
At the session or any subsequent session of the legislative business of the Senate, which at the close of the session of the legislature shall be resumed in the next session and proceeded with in the same manner as if no adjournment of the Senate have taken place. And at the session or any subsequent session of the legislature, the legislative business of the Senate, which remained undetermined at the close of the session of the legislature, shall be resumed in the next session and proceeded with in the same manner as if no adjournment of the Senate had taken place. And all papers referred to committees and not reported upon at the close of a session of the legislature during an election year shall return to the office of the Secretary of the Senate and be retained by him or her until the next succeeding session of the legislature, when they shall be returned to the committees to which they have previously been referred. I'm invoking this rule so that I can make the case for the return of my bill in keeping with Article 36 of the Constitution to set our salaries, so that the Secretary can be authorized to return those bills to the appropriate committee with the means and judiciary. So I can set our salary in keeping with law. I have my bill proposed 5,000 and then
So that's it. Senator Dillon said 5,000 he wants each senator to receive or take 5,000 as the monthly salary. 5,000, not the exponential amount they are receiving. The guys at the Senate and House of Representatives, they receive between 10 to 15,000 every month. It's even more than that. Put all of their benefits together, it's more than 15,000. The guys don't care for you. The very Dillon man who is saying that he has resurrected the 5,000 bill. From January 15 till now, how many dollars has he not received? They've received substantial amount. Every day, they're increasing their money. They're justifying why their money should be increased. They're calling for 45,000 United States dollars to get car. They're calling for this amount as constituency break. They're calling for this. Put all of those money together, those guys are depleting. Those guys are draining Liberia. 5,000, it will never happen. His colleagues will not agree to it because they have never ever respected the people. They have never seen the people as the priority. But they see and consider themselves as the priority. So they apportion things onto themselves. They increase their financial might with justification. So they're not going to give heed to Senator Dillon resurrected bill, as he called it, of each lawmaker taking 5,000 as the monthly pay. This is not the first time. This is not a news. Those of you who are not aware, you be excited and say the senator is doing it. No, this is a shenanigan by the senator. If you don't know Liberia's politics, this is a distraction, in my opinion. There are too many things that are happening. Why it is true that they are making astronomical amount in the legislature, but this, any senator or representative who is serious, who feels that the people should be prioritized, will start it from the very first day. We're going 10 months. From January 15 till now, even before January 15, Dillon been down there for several years. All those years he been there. Why? Check the time he said, because he said resurrected bill. That means he brought it up first and it went dead. So he resurrected it, meaning bringing it back for discussion. So from that time, He talked about it, it went dead. What was happening with him and money at the legislature till this time? He was receiving substantial amount of money, and they were justifying, and they stay justifying. So do you think now that one will ever have any impact, as he called it, resurrection bill? No, it will not. Under no condition. It doesn't make sense in my opinion. Probably it may make sense to you, but it doesn't make sense in my opinion. Let's have your say on this one. Zero. What do you make of Senator Dillon's position that each lawmaker must now make 5,000 United States dollars, and is in line, according to him, with the Constitution of Liberia, Article 36, 0772 2399 33, 0886 3044 97. The women line 0777 9803 75, and you're on. You can share your thoughts on this, and then we are out on the show Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, cut off your radio first.
Sorry.
Cut your radio off the feedback.
I phone you from Abel.
Yeah, let's hear you.
I feel that it is just about to election, so they want Senator Dillon want to give the rebirth, but it is late. So what you have to do, you just have to think about how well you can pass a baggage and thing to leave the capital and be like the other people. That's all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 98 03 75. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Sugu calling from Platon Rafi Highway, Tata Sugu.
Let's hear you, Sugu.
Yeah, Darren Dillon Creek is known by Liberian people. He shouldn't waste the time. Darren Dillon is a liar. He's a deceitful human being. He fabricates, he counterfeit everything that he do in life. So he shouldn't come up with anything. Anything he come up with, we know about it. If the chance is given to me that I can extend my talk on Tomo Fala. Tomo Fala, we brought him up. Tomo Fala was talking from the plenty. You know, Monkey cannot forget the black hair. Where he came from is where he about to go. You take any animal from the water to bring it to town to live in the town. You don't have real food to keep it in or go back in the water. Tomo Fala could have lived the way he decided to live, the way he used to in Lofa. That tradition way he believed in tradition. He's not a politician. He's a tradition man. He went through the problem that they were facing with were family issue, not political issue. So he got to go back on the farm.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah. How are you, Sam Andrew?
I'm doing good. Thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm great. I give God a praise, Sam Andrew. My name is Israel Gideon, Sam Andrew. Let me tell you, thank you. You know, Sam Andrew, you know, I've been missing your voice because certain time reach, I was not hearing your voice on the other platform. So someone will be worried, but thank God I end up hearing your voice on the side, Sam Andrew, because someone would love the way how you lay the business and bring the issue and on the table for a better discussion, Sam Andrew. So an issue, people that Dara Dillon there now, Sam Andrew, I don't think people there now, people that these people that we need to be unifying them now in the political arena. Because as you can see, Dara Dillon now they are completely hopeless. Let me use the word hopeless. because the female they put all kinds of names on their cell, calling their name them like and female. So why is it? And in fact, that you know, he even used this particular word everything ago that he will cut down his salary SYC. Since he's so powerful, so why is it that now he come out with this particular feel quality down pay again, you know, for be taking 5,000? I think that it's just a man brought in trying to be more relevant, but I believe that strongly it's relevant, you know, a political relevant, you know, have already been hopeless, and there's nowhere that he can go, there's no country that he can go in any political relevant. The people are not stupid, and to these people, you know, like what you said, because they put money, got the benefit of this country, the people run on this particular country, and what they suffer with the Liberian, they suffer with the citizen, you know, our immediate, they take it for day and their family. But we are not stupid, and we are very wise. And so the issue of Mota Akala, let me tell you, thank you for it.
Man, your line went off. Is it ego? Hello.
Yeah, good evening, my good friend and brother. How are you, Mr. Andrew?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you. And you?
Yeah, thank you. This is the people's governor. They both talk about district number 10 governor, Adamso Isaac. And I join you from Mark Gibby.
How is Mark Gibby this afternoon?
Well, Mark Gibby is doing relatively kind. You know, we came to check on one or two in the history, so we are doing great. Our people are fine. We just been thinking about one or two about our country, but we tell God thank you. The country is peaceful for now. But to the issue, you know, hello?
We are listening.
Yeah, you know, the way, I like the way many of your callers are putting it. You know,
Hello? I don't saw Ida. Well, you off. You went off. Hello?
Mr. Andrew, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. And you?
I'm okay. This is Edwin's phone.
Let's hear you.
Well, thank you for the discussion this evening. And I've been following the first segment, and this is the last segment. Darius DeLong is raising a solo now that is putting him on path that will lead him out of the 56th National Legislature. He has lost the political morality that he said he has accumulated over the period of time, that which he don't have. So that is out. This is why he has come up with another lie, diabolical lie. Darius Deno can never reduce his salary, neither for him to come up to his colleagues to say we should reduce our salary. That is a blatant lie. It can never work. So Darius Deno is out. 2029, you will never hear about Darius Deno. Okay. This is why he said he's going to run in Grand Bassa County. That's the end of Darius Deno's political career. Lastly, Mr. Andrew, let me quickly speak to the issue of Honorable Thomas Fowler. I am deeply disappointed in my deputy speaker. You are twins from one mother, one father, and then you stand against your brother. What is it that is happening between the both of you that your mind and your power cannot settle in the house, but you rather bring your brother to public ridicule? At the end of the day, you cannot sustain the debate. What is it? So Thomas Fowler is the cause of our brothers and sisters that lost their life in Lofa County.
All right, sir.
All in the name of Joseph Boakai will make him the next speaker.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. The governor back on the line. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, the senator, Mr. DeLong, he told a lot of things before he could even get into that horse there, the horse of Senate. Mr. DeLong could criticize the elders and our father then, you know, he said he used a whole lot of words on them. At the end of the day, and you know, we were taking to be like well injured in white comment. He entered our house there today. All of the things he said, he went against. He said, he had not done nothing. The man said his man was taking huge salary, and he will not come and take that huge salary. In fact, a car will come and be like Keke or taxi. The man went SJB and started around the fee. With the local people at the time he needed that position. The man got a position to that. The same man coming out today to tell the reduction of about law make all them money. So there are things you say as a leader when people hold you by your word and you the promises you made. When you fulfill it, people will get high regard to you. So there were many things the senator said about Monserrato. Today, people children are going to school and going to the school. Can you imagine the way I was this son and you so said who said pay chicken? The half parents are doing their kids then now I think you gotta go talk to the administration. I'm so big let my child be I'll be paying the money supposed for Monserrato. What you say you're coming get the money to this we say to benefit nothing at all. So when you say another thing now, at least he contradicting he said there's a need for him to rethink thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello?
Yeah, hello? Here's Aaron Balu. I call from office. The Honorable Dillon, if he is actually serious and loves the country, why can't he just say, let my salary be 5,000 and that the rest go to the revenue? Then in this end time to talk about his colleagues to join him. So that should be the first step. Then that can be on the table for his colleagues to also look at it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. So he referenced Article 36 of the Constitution. Yeah, what it said, that portion, one paragraph, minor paragraph. It said, the senators and representatives shall receive from the Republic remuneration for their services to be fixed by law, provided that any increase shall become effective at the beginning of the fiscal year. Take the remaining lines from there. They say, the Constitution say, for their work, we must pay them. Remuneration means payment for work done. That's what remuneration is. When the month ends, you go to the bank, you receive it, or they pay you in the office. When they call you, say, because of XYZ, you get the knowledge, we want you to do this. When you finish, they pay you. When workshop people come, like the way they can bring people from out of the country to do simple thing here, then they pay them. All of those things, that's what they call remuneration, meaning payment done for work. Payment made for work done. But this, our country, and the Constitution, I think one of our problems is the Constitution. We have ambiguous Constitution. A Constitution that the citizens, vast majority of the citizens don't know, even if an average-minded person is trying to get an understanding, he just can't get it. It is the only country I have known that the citizens will need a lawyer to explain. And even some of the lawyers will say, we need the Supreme Court's interpretation. What kind of country is this? The Constitution is ambiguous. The Constitution says the senators and representatives shall receive from the Republic. That means you must pay them. The citizens must pay them. And you see it? But the Constitution ain't say how much you must pay them. So the people who write the Constitution called the crafters, they left it open. That is why you have corruption all over the place, and particularly that legislature. But the same Constitution say you want to run for office, you must pay this amount. You must be of this age. But when it came to the money, they stopped being specific. They said the Republic must pay them. And you see, you understand what I'm saying? You look at it. You go to the place that it said a Liberian is eligible to contest this office and that office. You must be this. You must have this. You must pay this amount. But when it comes to the payment for work done, the Constitution left it open. That is why the guys at the House of Senate and the House of Representatives will increase the money, because there is no constitutional ceiling. There's no limitation. No reason why the guys are taking 15,000 United States dollars every month, and yet they will say it's small because they have so much responsibilities. If it leaves with those guys alone, they want to be taking 25,000 United States every month. No reason why this country is behind and going behind every day. Nothing serious in terms of development. Yeah, what it said. I'm not going to the next line that say fixed by law, provided that increase. It said the senators and representatives shall receive from the republic. You paying them. And that is why when you sit down, the time for you to speak out and you're doing nothing about it, like what happened today. If ever was a time that you rise up and stand up in protestation against what those guys are doing, today was the time. But you never attempt to do that. But a little thing, then you say, we're protesting all over the place. This is the time that you had to protest. This is the time you needed to come out. This is the time. And what it's all about? Money, 15,000. So because the Constitution is not specific on the amount, so the guys in the legislature, they increase their money at will against your detriment. And you sit down there like a bunch of fools, and you say nothing wrong with it, and you just all over the place, oh yeah, and you turn around begging. The people who you should not be begging. The people who you condemn as condemning your government. You turn around begging them for handout. You are at the feet, but you will not go to the people whom you elected, and they're taking 15,000 and adding another 25,000 and increasing to 45,000. You will not go to them. You see how drunk you are? The Constitution, why did the Constitution say? Yeah. Why the Constitution say? When you go to the place, because it's there, where it said, you want to be president, the president must pay this, presidential, vice president pay the other one to be. But when it came to the money aspect on the other side, they say the Republic will just pay that, and it will be decided and increased by law. What law? If there is a law that will be specific on how much each senator and representative receive, that this Constitution, not a subordinate law. So the Constitution gives rise to the widespread corruption in this country because of its ambiguity. You read Article 36. Go there, the word Dillon hooking on. Article 36 expose them. At the same time, Article 36 gives them the right to apportion any amount unto them at your detriment, and you paying the money. You pay the senators and the representatives. And that is why I'm saying that when you sit down and they're doing these things, you don't want to rise up. It is up to you. It is up to you. It's not written on people's faces. CDC, Unity Party, MPC. All Liberians are feeling the pinch. All Liberians are feeling the pinch. Unity Party, people feeling the pinch. Those who supported Unity Party, they're feeling the pinch. CDC people feeling the pinch. MPC, everybody. The neutralists feeling the pinch also. Everybody feeling the pinch. If ever was a time for you to rise up, to bring change, now is the time. Change is never on a silver platter. Change goes with hurt, with pains, frustration, action-driven, being proactive. Martin Luther King said, before this victory is won, some will be called Mr. Rival and agitator. Some will be thrown in jail. But nothing is more redemptive than standing up for your right. You sit down. You're not doing anything. You're comfortable and screaming all over the place. Yet you say, oh, the country high. You think by you saying the country high, you're complaining. You think it means it will change because you're complaining? It is when you can rise up. You elected these people. The president is under obligation to serve you at your will and pleasure, not at his will and pleasure. Had you not gone to the pool, he would never have been president. Had you not gone to the pool in that heat, that rain, sun, these people who consider themselves executive or ministers and senators and representatives would not be in that position. They are telling you that you are dull, you are stupid, you are junk. That's what they're telling you by their action. And you're sitting there. This thing can never happen to any sound country. They will rise up. Because you don't know you have rights and you throw the rights away and you're acting like you don't know your rights. Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
Say it quick so we'll go.
Let me ask you, were you at a capital day?
Chief, what is it you want to say? Say it, my man. See you. Saying you wasted your time, energy, and resources to ask me. So that's it there. All right. Now, Thanksgiving coming, huh? Thanksgiving Day is coming. Thanksgiving Day coming. So the First Lady of Liberia, President Joseph Ntima Boakar's wife, Katomo Boakar, is calling on the Christian community here in Liberia, in her words, to join hearts and hands in praying for Liberia as the country observes National Thanksgiving Day, and that she's inviting all Christians alike to the Thanksgiving service that will be hosted on the 7th, the 7th at 11 a.m. and it will take place at the Harvest Intercontinental Cathedral in Congo Town along the boulevard. Okay. And then she said, together, let's gather and give God thanks for our beloved country. This came from the First Lady's office. Let me speak to a line in there and then we get out. She said, according to her office is quoting her as saying that the Christian community should join hearts and hands in praying for Liberia. Liberia does not need prayer. God has heard barrage, plethora, wave, seeds of prayers. God don't want to hear prayer from Liberia any longer. You know what God wants to hear from Liberia? The people are standing up for the rights. The leaders are doing what is right for the people. And on we can go. Injustices have been spoken against. The condition of God's people, it's improving. And on, that's what God wants to see. How many prayers have the people not offered for this country? What kind of prayer that we have not offered to God that we should still be praying? What kind of thanksgiving have we not offered to God that we should still? As much as the Bible says in 1 Thessalonians 5:17, pray unceasingly, it's not a reference when injustices are taking place, corruption all over the place, hunger, killing people, Children cannot get to school because parents do not have money. And then you're just praying and praying as if God is free for prayer. As much as God said in Ephesians 6 that pray unceasingly on every occasion, it doesn't say that you should not speak. I think what we need to do in this country as Christians, and I as a Christian, I have always said this, prayer and speaking to the wrongs and ills in society, looking in the leader's face and say, this is wrong. You ought to do this because God forbids this, go hand in hand. They are Siamese twins. But what we see in Liberia, every now and then, let us 3 days fast and pray for the country. As you pray for the country, then you see injustice unfolding, corruption all over the place, all kinds of things happening. How many times we have not prayed that we still need to pray? The people who God put over the country will refuse to speak, but think that the only solution to Liberia's problem is prayer. We have had men of God, women of God coming into this country. Nothing has changed. We have great men and women of God in this country. Nothing has changed. We've had what they call church fathers. Nothing has changed. And I can say Liberia has church fathers, but Liberia do not have fathers of the land. You see fathers of the land in Nigeria, in Ghana, and a number of countries. There's a difference between church fathers and fathers of the land. Yeah, let me give you the two quick before I go. Church fathers are people, like you say, spiritual leaders. They preside over church. They are church owner, like how you see them boasting. That means God call. I'm the leader in this church. That means they are spiritual leader. They have spirit. They presiding over the people. They consider themselves, or people consider them, church fathers. But they are not church fathers. They are spiritual leaders, or they are pastors presiding over churches by whatever their title, bishop, apostle. Father of the land. Father of the land is that religious person who, with the fear of God and no fear for men, looks at the injustices and advises the government on issues of the future. Appeal to the president that this is it, we need to do it this way. Mr. President, I think this is going to happen. We foresee, God is showing the signs. Let us do this. Those people are the people who help the government direct or charter a new course going forward. When those people speak, the president, the government listen. Those people, father of the land, the president, the government call them and say, this is a situation we have. Can you guys help us out? Just like you see in the days of old, the kings will call those people and ask them the way out. Like we have in 1 Chronicles 12:32, the sons of Issachar who had understanding of the time so that Israel will know what to do. Those are the people you call fathers of the land. When Archbishop Duncan Williams speaks, the Ghanaian government listens. When David Oyedepo speaks in Nigeria, the Nigerian government listens. What is the voice you have heard in Liberia? What we told them, people get vexed. They're saying all kinds of things. You need to know this Bible. You need to read it good. God laid out everything. There's a difference. So what kind of prayer we need now? We pray. Then the people suffering. We pray injustice all over the place. We pray hardship continue to swell like a rising sea. So why we need what God needs to hear now? Anyway, I see you, man. I see you. So Thanksgiving on the 7th, Thanksgiving and day. So y'all go at the formerly Bethel Cathedral. Formerly Bethel Cathedral, Yeah. It's changed to Harvest Intercontinental. It changed to Harvest Intercontinental on the 7th, Thanksgiving. Y'all go pray for Liberia. Y'all go pray. But me, I don't pray for Liberia. I don't do that. I don't waste my time. Whether you like it or not, just as you in the Bible, I'm in the Bible. And that Bible is my life. I'm in it every day. When I get home and finish with my domestic work, I'm in it. Holidays, Sunday, Saturday, I'm in it. And you say, I'm going to know God for yourself. So I know God for myself. I try to know God for myself. And that's true. That statement that you're often used, that's true. That's true. If you don't know, that's true. You will not see the statement in the Bible, know God for yourself. But that what the Bible is all about. From Genesis to Revelation is God. It's God's prophecy. So you got to read it. There are times in the Bible the men say, can you just do this and stop praying? Because he said, before you can even speak, I know. This country is in a terrible state. And he said, pray, pray. What kind of prayer are you going to offer? That God have not heard that he needs to hear. God wants the people to speak. And that's why he instructed all of the people, all of his prophets. He said, go and tell them. Go and tell this king. Go and tell this president. Go and tell him. You see it all over. You saw Paul and the rest of the people, Jesus, they're just praying all over the place. And Jesus faced people. Jesus faced the injustices of the day. Jesus faced all kinds of things. He corrected the wrongs. You don't see it? I see you, man. I see you. We'll talk tomorrow, if God permits. Thank you ever so much for being with us on the show. Real Talk. We'll talk in real on tomorrow, if God permits. The news is on at 6. And then after the news at 8 o'clock, AIDS Face the Issues on Kings 88.5. My name is Sam Andrews.